Hello, beautiful people of the internet. My name is Jackie and welcome back to my channel. I probably look a little different in this video if you've watched my videos before, and that's because I broke my glasses. And so I have to wear my contacts until I can get another pair, and I don't know how long that's going to be. So yeah, I done messed up, you guys. Yeah, I broke these babies right in half. Now, the real reason I'm filming this video today is because I am going to make some 5-star predictions. These are books on my TBR that I think I'm really going to enjoy, and I think I might give 5 stars. And I will be reading these books in February, March, and possibly in April. I have 5 picks. So this first 5-star prediction, and the one that I am most excited to pick up, I think I will pick this one up today, probably after I'm done filming this video, because I'm so excited to read it. It was released in 2018. It was universally beloved by BookTube. I don't think I've ever seen anyone give this book a negative review. And that is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Our main character in this book is Monique, who is a reporter struggling to get her career off the ground. She is surprised when she is chosen by 60s film star Evelyn Hugo to write an article about her. However, when Monique gets to Evelyn's house, she finds out that Evelyn doesn't want her to write an article. She wants Monique to write her biography, telling the truth about her life and her 7 notorious marriages. I have heard so many great things about this book. I've heard that Evelyn is an amazing character who feels like she is a real person. I believe she is Cuban American and also bisexual, and apparently this book has some really great feminist messages, which I love some good feminist female characters. So I think this book sounds like something that I could really enjoy. It sounds very different from anything else that I've ever read before. I love the concept of an old Hollywood film star looking back on her life, and I am just so excited to read this. I think as soon as I'm done filming this video, I'm gonna start reading this book, and it should be in my January and February wrap-up. The next book on my 5-star predictions list is The Secret History by Donna Tartt. This is a psychological thriller that is set at an elite New England college, and it follows a group of friends who become embroiled in a murder. I think one of the friends is murdered, and it's told in a combination of flashbacks and the present day after the murder. I have heard so much about this book, especially on my book Tumblr. I see edits for this book all the time, and it is very, very popular on BookTube. I love a good thriller, and I think this has a really interesting concept. I like that it is set at a college, so it's a little more adult than some YA thrillers, and I've heard so many good things about it that I think I might really love it, and I might give it 5 stars. Up next is a book that I just ordered from Book Outlet as a little bit of an early birthday present to myself. I think this book sounds like something I would really, really like, and that is The Female of the Species by Mindy McGinnis. Our main character in this book is named Alex, and Alex has a secret, and that is that she murders rapists. And honestly, like, that one sentence, that's enough to sell me on this concept. I absolutely love revenge stories. I find them so interesting and compelling, and I think this concept could be really great because we could see some discussion of rape culture and male privilege in society in this book. It just sounds so badass, and I'm really excited to get to it. I also like that it's not super long, because I am very busy with school, so I definitely think that this could hold my attention and be a quick read. I have very high hopes for this book. I think I might give it 5 stars. The second to last book I have on this list of 5-star predictions is Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. This has been described as a classic thriller sort of novel. It follows an unnamed female narrator who has a whirlwind courtship with a rich widower. They get married, and she goes with her new husband back to his estate Manderley. However, Manderley is still permeated by the spirit of her husband's deceased first wife named Rebecca. And our narrator finds herself consumed by Rebecca's spirit and Rebecca's still very much felt presence. And there's also apparently a maid, I think it is, in this book who becomes sort of a villain character, and our narrator just is so consumed and beginning to lose her sanity because of Rebecca, and she wants to be like Rebecca. I don't know if I did a very good job at explaining what this book is about, but I mean, a classic thriller that just sounds so interesting to me. I know that Murphy on Murphy Napier recently read this and she really, really liked it. I like her videos and I trust her opinion. I also saw this was featured in the fall's Great American Read special on PBS, where America voted for the 100 books that they like the best, and this was on the list. And hearing the show talk about this book made me think, wow, I really want to read this very soon. It sounds like the sort of thing that I would really enjoy. I also love this specific edition that I got of the book. I think the cover is really pretty. And with classic novels, I like to get pretty editions of them, since with classics there's so many different editions out there. Might as well get one that I find visually pleasing. Now, the last book in this 5-star predictions video is a little bit of a wild card because this is a sequel, and the first book, though I really enjoyed it, was a 4-star read for me, not a 5-star. However, the concept of this sequel sounds really interesting to me, so I think I might like it better than the first book. And that is My Plain Jane by Cynthia Hand, Brody Ashton, and Jodi Meadows. My Plain Jane is the second in the Lady Janies series, the first being My Lady Jane, which is about Jane Grey. Now, you don't need to read that one first to understand this one. Each book in the series does stand on its own. However, I did read My Lady Jane in 2018, and it was one of my favorite books that I read that year. I did only give it 4 stars, but I thought it was a lot of fun. And so this book is a reimagining of Jane Eyre. Now, I'm gonna spoil my January-February wrap-up a little bit here, but I just read Jane Eyre for my Victorian novels class, and I really, really loved it. However, my one problem with Jane Eyre was that I don't like Mr. Rochester, who is the love interest. So in this book, I think they might address my problems with him. Now, this book follows Jane Eyre, Charlotte Bronte, who is actually the author of the book Jane Eyre, and this original character created by the authors named Alexander, who is a ghost hunter, and the story is a gothic tale full of murder and mystery. I think this sounds really interesting, and I would like to see how this addresses my problems with the Jane Rochester romance. I think his Alexander character is probably going to become Jane's new love interest in this book. I don't know that, but that's what I think based on the description and what I know about this book. My only concern is that the reason I didn't give My Lady Jane 5 stars is because the writers introduced an original character to be a love interest of one of the main protagonists in that book, and I didn't really like that character. I thought she was very underdeveloped. However, since this Alexander character is going to be one of the main point of view characters in this book, I think potentially I could like him more because I'll actually get to see inside his head and get to know him better compared to the love interest from My Lady Jane. So I think this book sounds like it is really interesting, and it's going to delve in the Jane Eyre story and possibly fix some of the problems that I had with it. So guys, this is my first ever set of 5-star predictions. I will be reading these books throughout the months of February, March, and possibly into April. So tune in to my upcoming bi-monthly wrap-ups to see how many of these books I actually give 5 stars and if they live up to my expectations. If you have ever read any of these books, let me know in the comments what you thought about them. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed it and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more from me. My social media links are down below if you want to follow me on Tumblr or be my friend on Goodreads. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye, and I hope to see you in the next video.